Welcome to the TMZ podcast. Devin here with Tony.
What's up, Devin?
What's going on? Happy, what is it, hump day?
Hump day,
Wednesday.
yes.
Yeah, for us, I don't know. Are you working Friday? Luckily, we got Friday off.
No, you will not see TMZ podcast on Friday.
Yeah.
We are off. We're taking the holiday off.
So we're close. We're close to the end of the week.
Close.
In the very midst of Taylor Travis' wedding week.
The wedding that
crazy.
is and that will be this Friday.
Yes, it's this Friday, but obviously a lot of activity around Madison Square Garden. We've got a news story. We'll speak about. Actually got a couple stories we can talk about regarding the Taylor Travis stuff. We're going to start. We have a story that came out, a report that the Nancy Guthrie ransom notes are fake. So we'll get into that, and then we will talk to you about the Taylor Travis wedding, the police detail, and how much money that is going to cost.
Yes.
And lastly, speaking of money, Chris Brown, he's been in the middle of a massive lawsuit with his housekeeper who was bit by his dog, allegedly. And they had a verdict yesterday. He's been in court, actually. We've got him coming and going to the LA courthouse. The verdict came out last night, and we now know who won and how much money is owed.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Let's get into Guthrie.
Yeah.
So Reuters did this report, if we want to get into that, about the ransom notes being allegedly fake.
Yeah, so I saw this. This came out either last night or this morning. Obviously, we've talked a lot about just not only the Nancy Guthrie case, but mostly about, the ransom notes that local outlets received, the notes we've received. I wouldn't necessarily say they were ransom notes. These notes were more so about a guy who claimed to know, where she was and who did this. So more like an informant that was emailing us. Mm-hmm. So Reuters put out a report that said they have, I guess, FBI sources that concluded the notes were bogus. They didn't give an explanation as to why investigators reached that conclusion. But according to them, the FBI dug into these ransom notes and found them to be nothing.
That's pretty much it, honestly. And I mean,
I don't know.
The fact that there's no explanation is puzzling to me.
That and it would be a crime to do a ransom note, even if they had no connection to the Guthrie thing.
Right.
We actually saw that early on. There was, I want to say it was a ransom note that they ended up tracking the person down in LA, and the guy was arrested because that's a crime.
Yeah.
And they ended up having nothing to do with Nancy Guthrie or the kidnappers. It was a guy that was just trying to get a quick buck, or he thought he was funny. I don't know what he was doing, but he was arrested. So
it's also disgusting, by the way. Why would you
totally? And the FBI put out a full press release, and the local law enforcement he went to court. So if this alleged ransom note early on, they dug into it and found out that it wasn't legit. I just don't get why that person wasn't arrested. The report doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
It doesn't. No.
And the other thing that I don't really know from this report is, are they referring to only the ransom notes, where the original one was we want X amount and we'll give you Nancy Guthrie? Or is this also referring to the guy who has been corresponding with us via email, claiming to know that, you're claiming to say, that the latest one was that there's a phone, that there's photos of, the kidnappers with Nancy Guthrie, and he knows where they are. So it's like an anonymous email. So it's unclear if this report's referring to that or just the ransom note.
Every day we learn something new or just see new reports like this. It's like the web just keeps getting more and more tangled. Correct. And it just leads to people being, rightly so, more frustrated that we're not getting the answers that we need.
Yeah.
We want to find Nancy. So
for sure. No one more frustrated, I can imagine, than the Guthrie family. Okay, cool. So we will get into the Taylor Swift stuff. So we reached out to some sources in New York, and what we're being told is that Madison Square Garden wedding event, so Thursday and Friday, is going to cost around $160K
for security.
Yeah, for basically salary for police that are going to be outside MSG, working MSG. So basically how it breaks down is a high-ranking NYPD source told us that there will be 70 detectives assigned to work Thursday, the rehearsal, and Friday, the wedding. So shifts are about 8.5 hours, hourly pay 80 to 90. So for just the detectives, that's, $95,000. They're saying that there's also going to be 50 police officers assigned, mostly rookies. And that comes out to about 63,000. So basically payroll for just the cops that are working the event is around 160K, which
insane,
is crazy amount of money. But
160K for security on a wedding, dude. Again, it's Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift, dude.
But at the same time, I just could never imagine spending thousands of dollars on security for a wedding.
And the question we don't have the answer to, which is kind of an interesting wrinkle to this, is that so it's unclear because these are on-duty officers. So this is just their salary. We're just breaking down what's being paid. But it's unclear if that's like taxpayer dollars, because that's who pays the salary of police officers, right, or if Taylor herself wanted the, influx of police officers and is going to be, offering to pay herself for all the officers that work this big event. So we don't know that answer yet. I could imagine some people, I don't live in New York, nor would I really care, but some people are I don't want my taxpayer dollars to go towards her wedding.
I think any state that this would, if they were to hold it in Washington State, I think people would be upset
no, for sure. And I know what they do in LA a lot, because obviously they not so much anymore because everyone films in elsewhere because of taxes. But a lot of times when they do filming in LA, the people hire off-duty officers, so then they pay them directly, and that's not taxpayer dollars. That's whoever's doing the production will pay them. But with this is just payroll and. It's a lot of manpower for sure, and they're trying to keep this as clearly secret as possible. There's been a ton of
the drapes being
so we were told that it's going to be the whole inside. We've been seeing a lot of action of them moving in stairs. We're being told there's going to be a castle built inside. There's been drapes.
What is your thoughts on that? Just her.
That's very on brand for her. Isn't her whole folklore thing, castle, fairy tale, their engagement photos kind of was that vibe. So that's not really that shocking. I think it's just always circles back to everyone thinking how corny, they're why would it's who would want to get married at MSG? But I think that what people need to realize is that it's not going to look like MSG in there. They hung all these drapes, apparently. That's all they've been doing the past few days. It's going to be transformed. It's not going to look like
anything like a basketball.
It's not going to look like anything. If you go to the Knicks game and they're going to be walking down the hardwood.
That's what I picture when you walk into MSG and then in the very front of the basketball court, that's Travis and Taylor.
So it's gonna. Whenever she chooses to, show us what the inside look like, it's not gonna look like MSG whatsoever. You're gonna basically what she did, which is crazy how rich she is, because it costs $1 million a day or something to rent out MSG. Is basically what she did is got the biggest event space you could get in New York, and then just is going to transform it into her wedding, just so that people can't take photos.
Exactly.
That's ultimately that was the thought behind it. I imagine is they had this elaborate design of what they wanted to do for their wedding, and they thought, what's a way that literally no one can fly drones over, no one can sneak photos. Put it inside MSG and have insane security. There's no windows, and it will be a completely locked down venue.
Yeah. Hey.
So who knows when we'll get? I would imagine at some point she's gonna post it on Instagram or something. Who knows? But that's kind of the update. We're obviously still following all the action. We're about to. I believe. So
it's 1st of July, which is crazy. June just flew
this
by.
year has been flying by.
Yes.
Okay.
On to Chris Brown. So his lawsuit that was filed by the former housekeeper. We just got a settlement in that, correct?
Yeah. So basically, the jury found Chris Brown liable. The woman originally was asking for $90 million. She did not get that, but she got $13 million in damages. So they we've been following this case for a while. This woman sued Chris Brown, said she got mauled by one of his dogs. It was a housekeeper of his. This guy there's always something going on in the world of Chris Brown.
Have you seen the photos? I didn't personally show them.
They're pretty gnarly.
Pretty graphic.
She definitely got bit by the dog. I allegedly, and that's what it looks like to me, and clearly that's what the jury thought.
Do we know the breed of dog?
I don't know what dog it was, because I mean we've been covering this for so long, and the problem with Chris Brown is he has so many damn cases going on and things going on in his life that it's like hard to keep track of. But yeah, got the jury awarded this woman $13 million, so now he's got to pay it. I can't imagine he's very happy about it, but
he's been having a lot of stuff going on with, like you were just saying, but too with like people like trespassing near his house, and he's got the tour coming up with Usher, and he's got this going on.
Yeah, there's like a trespasser at his house like every day. I don't know what the hell's going on. He probably should move.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, so yeah, I guess this woman Maria Villa got $13 million.
Yeah.
So congrats to her, but she also got mauled by one of his dogs, which probably sucked.
Yeah.
All right, comments. Taylor, Lori Lonnie. Didn't she give her bus driver a $5 million bonus after driving her on the last tour? Money flowing, I guess. Why not? Yeah, newsflash, she's extremely rich.
Yeah.
That was a feel-good story. I think she gave a ton of money to a bunch of the people who like worked on the Eras tour, got like fat bonuses.
Yeah.
I would love a bonus.
I will say that like seeing more, because obviously I'm a close follower of football and NFL and all that stuff.
Obviously.
Seeing her on like on Travis Kelce and Jason Kelce's podcast. She's a lot more, she's so genuine and just.
Oh, wow. You like Taylor Swift?
Absolutely. As a person, I think she's great. Her music, I
love her music.
But yeah.
I think it's just one of those situations where she is so famous and doesn't really put herself out there all that much. You never really like see or hear from her. So that, like the fact that she like was going to Travis's games and then obviously went on his podcast, she doesn't really do interviews anymore as far as I can tell. I never really see her do interviews.
She don't need to do it.
She's at the level where it's like you don't need to do any promo. Yeah. Like you just put your album out and it goes #1. So like why would you need to do like the tour of like answering the same damn questions? And
I think just her fans are asking what's next after this wedding. It's gonna be
well, I mean, then it's gonna be like, oh, where are they honeymooning? When are they having kids? I don't know if they want kids, but if that is that gonna be the next step?
Yeah.
So it's just gonna be a never-ending Taylor Swift coverage.
Yes,
as usual.
So stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned. I can't wait. That's it for comments?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, cool. All right, guys. Well, thank you for, I guess, starting your morning with us. This comes out pretty shortly after, right?
Yes.
And the live people are here, obviously. Okay.